Can you explain why HEX isn't a pyramid scheme, please? Yes, this one's really, really super easy. Pyramid schemes have multiple levels. Usually, so for instance, there was a company called Amway, and they used multi-level marketing, and they would have one guy sell a package to another guy that sells a package to another guy that sells a package to another guy, and they were making so much money selling reseller packages, and they weren't really selling any cosmetics, which is what Amway does. So they made a rule in the United States called the Amway rule, which, if I remember correctly, is that you have to make 70% of your revenue from actual retail sales, and you can only make 30% of your revenue from reseller packages, kind of business opportunity stuff. I think that MLMs and pyramids are quite crap because they put the maximum middlemen in between the product or service and the user. And if you want efficiency, you want to reduce the friction and reduce the margin and reduce the overhead and get the product or service with the minimum abstraction and minimum price increase to the user. That's what efficiency is. So multi-level marketing and pyramids require multi-levels. You can't have a pyramid with one level. That's not what pyramids look like, right? So what are some other scam things people will say? Ponzi, okay. So pyramid requires multiple levels. HEX doesn't have any levels. Literally, none. There's no levels. Is there a referral program at HEX? No. Can you make money referring somebody? No. There's no levels. So, I mean, not even is there no levels, plural, there's not even a level. Like, you can't make money referring somebody. There's not even one level, let alone two. So now let's talk about Ponzi. What's a Ponzi? Ponzi scheme is named after Charles Ponzi, who said, fraudulently lied, that if you gave him money, he could buy stamps cheap overseas and then be able to let people mail things from higher price countries and arbitrage the difference in shipping. And that was not the case. He can only do that to a very small degree and nowhere near the degree that the money that he was acquiring from the public would allow. And so in his case, he invented this thing where you get money in and then you steal from the principal of people that you owe their money back to, the investors. You steal from their principal and you use it to pay new guys. And then the old guys keep getting robbed to pay the new guys. And then because you're running a deficit and you don't actually have any income, you eventually run out of money as soon as the new greater fools stop appearing. So how does a Ponzi fail? One, it makes fraudulent claims as to what its profitable business activity is. Two, it makes promises it can't keep regarding paying people out from the profit, which doesn't really exist. And then that's it. You don't have the ability to continue committing the fraud because you never had the income that you said you did, that you said you were splitting up, right? These Ponzi never said, hey, I'm stealing from the new guys to pay the old guys. He didn't even do that. It's based on fraudulent promises. So is HEX a Ponzi? Well, who owes you something in HEX? Does a human owe you anything in HEX? Nope. Does a company owe you anything in HEX? Nope. Does anyone... Well, where does the rewards come from? You mint your own rewards. You do your own work. So if you wrote yourself a piece of paper and it said, I will paint myself a picture of a pony next month, and you wrote that down. Now you owe yourself a pony picture that you are going to create on your own. Month goes by, you can either write yourself a pony picture or not. You owe yourself based off your own commitment on code you ran. It's up to you. There's no one else involved. Absolutely no one. There's no entrepreneurial or managerial effort whatsoever. You run the code or you don't run the code. That's it. Just like a Bitcoin miner, by the way. Who pays Bitcoin miners their rewards? A company? Nope. Other people? Do other people pay Bitcoin miners their rewards? Nope. Bitcoin miners mint their own coins. They mint their own rewards. That's it. It's very easy. So it's impossible for Bitcoin mining to fail as Ponzi schemes have failed. And it is impossible for HEX staking to fail as Ponzi schemes have failed. Because when you mint your own HEX, you owed it to yourself. Nobody owes it to you. Now, what is the value of a HEX? What if the value of HEX goes down? Okay, you made less money. What if the value of HEX goes up? Okay, you made more money if you choose to sell it. But that's up to you. The system doesn't owe you cash money. You just owe yourself HEX that you mint yourself, just like a Bitcoin miner mints Bitcoin themselves. There's no middlemen. There's no counterparty risk. There's just awesome, awesome code that you run, and that's it. So HEX cannot be a Ponzi scheme because no one owes you anything. You mint your own stuff. It cannot be a pyramid scheme because there are no levels. Now, can it be a bubble? Yes, it can be a bubble. It absolutely can. And on a short enough time frame, you will have thought that HEX was a bubble because it's dropped 70, 80%, 5 or 6 or 7 times. So if you bought the very top and sold the very bottom in that time frame, it looked like a bubble to you. But then it goes and makes new all-time highs. And then it drops 70%, and then it goes and makes new all-time highs. And then it drops 70%, and then it goes and makes new all-time highs. And so my experience with bubbles is that if you have a product and it has product market fit and people see value in it, the humans can undervalue and overvalue that thing. So for instance, Amazon.com dropped 95% in price in the year 2000, or within a year of that. Did that mean that Amazon was a scam, a Ponzi, a pyramid, a bubble? It meant it was a bubble. And then it continued to go up forever and is now 50% of all the commerce in the United States on the internet. But it dropped 95%. So this concept of things dropping 95% in price, it is more of a human issue often than it is a product market fit issue. Now look, there's a lot of scams in crypto, and there's a lot of rug pulls, and I tweet about these things all the time, trying to warn people about these things. All the time. It happens several times a week, every week. Millions and millions of dollars lost, bad code, bad teams, bad everything, bad, you name it, right? So I do the best I can to warn people from these dangerous things. I do the best I can to have people in control of their own money, in control of their own resources, in control of their own futures. So it's hilarious to me that as a person that's making the world a better place and solving counterparty risk and solving delayed gratification and solving so many things, the person that's solving these things, I have to keep hearing these questions about Ponzi, pyramid, and no one even smart enough to use the term bubble, which is the only thing that it could be, right? And on a small enough time scale, yeah, if something drops 70%, it could seem like a bubble to you, which I could go pull up the chart real quick. I'll go to Hex News real quick, Hex News, and let's go pull up our long time frame chart. Here we go. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a little bit hard to see this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I see 10 drops over 50%, or around 50% or more. But the price is up 6,800x. Well, where's my bubble? Where's my Ponzi? Where's my pyramid? People keep thinking that this can go to zero when the more likely thing looking at the chart is that it goes to a price that's so high that your brain can't understand it. When you look at the HEX price chart, it is pointed at $100. It's actually, like in 6 years, it's pointed at $1 million a coin, which is insane because if you multiply the supply times that price, it's higher than the gross domestic product of the planet. But when you understand that market cap's a vanity metric, so I think HEX might be HEX might be the first project in the world to show people how stupid market cap is as a concept. The concept that you could make a coin with a trillion supply, sell one to a friend for $1, and now you literally have a coin whose market cap is $1 trillion. That's the actual math. It shows you how stupid market cap is. So particularly in Bitcoin's case, like they count, okay, they say circulating supplies market cap, but they count Satoshi's coins as circulating. That it never moved. Never. Not even once. Doesn't sound like circulating to me. It really does not sound like circulating to me. So I don't think that should be included in the circulating supply. There's a very simple language understanding there. That's reading comprehension. Do you know what circulating means? It means they have to have moved once, right? So, or at least be on offer or something. I don't know. So this idea that people try and use market cap as a proxy for price performance is very silly. I mean, like, the sooner people stop doing that, probably the better, you know? Price performance is price performance. People try and make volume equal price. No. People try and make market cap equal price. Nope. Price is price. And when more people understand that, I think they can make better investment decisions. So what else? Any other scam stuff? Oh yeah, how about this one? Rug pull, right? Okay. I love to hear these theories. There's a theory out there on the internet that I have 1 million Ethereum. Which is interesting because Vitalik only has 300,000. And then at the same time that I hear that theory that I have 1 million Ethereum, which by the way, 1 million Ethereum is $40 billion maybe? I don't know. 400 million? Let's look it up. It's probably 4 billion. That's my guess. 4,000 times 1 million. 4 billion. Yay, I got it. So there's a rumor that I've got $4 billion of Ethereum. And then at the same time, there's a rumor that I'm going to dump the HEX price somehow. What would be more likely? That I buy something I like or that I sell something I like? So if you're into these fan fiction theories that are rooted in quite silly ideas, it would seem to me that the risk of a really rich person buying something they like is a lot higher than them selling something they like in general. So basically the HEX community had to come up with a term for this. And they're like, yeah, people talk about rug pulls. Well, where's the risk of the magic carpet ride? And I remember when people dreamt and prayed that HEX could ever be 1 penny. And now it's 33 pennies as we speak on stream and 38 pennies yesterday. Where's the rug pull? Where's the rug pull? I don't get it. Okay, what are some other, does chat have any other evil, demonistic? Oh, SEC FUD. Okay, I love this game actually, because we've answered these things for years now, literally years, these same exact stupid ideas. And the share price is up 10,000x now, and we're still answering these stupid ideas from silly people. Or maybe the people aren't that silly. But after 2 years, it's like, come on, guys. We've been answering these same questions for 2 years. SEC. Okay. Richard Hart, public enemy #1, persona non grata, prison. Right? I go to prison. Okay, now what happens? Let's say HEX.com goes offline. Okay. Does the contract still work? Yes. Are there 5 other websites you can use? Yes. Backup HEX.com, apphex.win, etherscan.io, write contract function, staker.app, hexmob.win, all kinds of front ends you can use. You can build your own front end too. Okay. And now what? There's slightly less live streams. I'm the minority of live streams. I don't live stream very often, but I see tons and tons of HEX live streams. And then if you believe all those fan fiction theories that I'm also the OA, well, God, I guess you don't have to worry about the OA dumping, right? Now, is that fan fiction? I think it is fan fiction. There is no public knowledge in regards to who the OA is or anything like that. But it's just, I'm showing the discongruence in people's stupid fan fiction ideas. They don't make any sense. And that's the reason these guys missed out on a 10,000x price move in the share price and a 7,000x price move without staking and a 10,000x price move with staking. They're just dumb people. They're not dumb people, but they really have this misunderstood. They got this wrong. So what else? Ponzi, nope. Pyramid, nope. Bubble, on a small enough time frame, it can appear like that, but it's dropped 50% or more 10 times and is now up 10,000x if you staked. if you staked for big payday. 7,000x without the staking. Actually, let me get a good number on that because I like to be specific with this. I love me some specificity. Where's a good share price chart here? Oh, I'll just use the live one. Do I have a good live one? Yeah, 674,000%. It's really 674,746%, which is 6,748x. I'm going to round that to 7,000 for luck. Without staking. So you did a 7,000x price without staking in, I think, 607 days. Yeah, I'd have to pull up an older chart, but about that. Any other FUD stuff? Hit me with the FUD stuff, guys. And by the way, for people running into this in your day-to-day lives, just go to HEX.com/scam. Most of the stuff's answered there, right? Liquidity, volume, centralization, everything. All that crap that people talk about, HEX.com/scam has those answers.